Technically a little bit early, but well, I'm here now, so I might as well. Right, first things up, we've got a warranty job. We'll get that. So, first warranty job, Newport Vanguard. Broken, it's just the safety has ceased working. I can feel he's there, but it's just not grabbing it. Otherwise, it's perfectly fine. I have already managed to scuff the absolutely living hell out of that, which is always impressive how quickly people manage that. They've only had this for like 1 game day, 2 game days. Anyway, this is the same one, funnily enough, that the teardown video I did. Actually, I might be able to. No, I need to see that first. I tried to treat it like a gas playback for a second. It's 2.5, not 2. There it is. I wish this would focus down here and stop trying to focus on my hands. Very irritating. Can I zoom out? Well, I can. Cool. Still getting used to this whole live stream thing. So I've had one customer slash friend slash idiot. He knows who he is, and he would call himself that. Ask a few questions about short stroking and all that good stuff. So I'm going to use this as an opportunity to go over and explain some of those things. Have a quick check of the barrel. Tiny bit dirty, but fine. I don't really want to mess with the barrel. It doesn't need cleaning quite yet. Where all these shims come from, I don't know. Oh, that came from the SSR4 did the last live stream, that's where. Cool. Phillips head. And that thing, which again, I guarantee I'm going to forget. Hey, how's it going? Phillips head, that's what I need. It's very hot today, which of course makes me not a happy man. Let's get the stock off actually, which is also a Phillips head, I believe. Yeah, I wish more would do like not Phillips heads, but oh come on, why is my brain drawing a blank? Hex. I wish more would do like Allen key screws in the stock rather than Phillips heads. I feel like they're better. I mean, ideally it'd be Torx, but we can't all win, have the same victories. So I'll take what victories I can, but I find Phillips heads are the most likely to round out. By the way, can you hear the fan? Because I obviously can't hear my own stream audio. Can you stop being a... So, thank you. Stop being a dick. Stock screws are the absolute worst. Don't know a single person who enjoys this part. Have I had experience removing the barrel nut on the Sentry? I found it impossible to do at home. I haven't actually tried. I can have a look at that in a minute. It might be Loctited on. That's the only thing I can think of that might be causing that. Come on, out you come. There we go. Thank you. In fact, we can have a look at that real quick now. Though I had calls to take it off, so let's have a look together. That looks like a 1.5 question mark, maybe a 2. No, it's 2. It's going to be 6 screws, isn't it? No, 4 screws. Cool. ESA 2.1 for easy access. I'm not familiar with ESA 2.1. What's that? Right, there we go. Oh, of course, it's got the what's it? Is there a grub screw on the flash hider? No, there is not. Woo! Dropped it. Classic me. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. There we go. Right. So, barrel nut. Oh, yeah, that is on there. Is there anything indicating... Is it actually on there, or is it, in fact, part of it? No, because it's metal, isn't it? So... But do you need to remove it, is the next question. I'm reluctant to take it off, if I'm honest. I'll tell you what I'll do is... Oh, okay, yeah, no, I have seen that. That is a really good bit. Really good thing. What I'm going to do for you, Mr. Stony Stone 76, is I'm going to give Dan a nudge on Monday, and Dan might even be watching the stream for all I know, so if he is, tell us. But I'll have a chat with him about that, and just find out if it is Loctited or anything out of the factory, rather than trying to guess and then end up breaking this customer's, well, my customer's, so I'll ask Dan on Monday. I could text him now, but I'm live streaming from the phone, so I kind of can't. And if you're on my Discord, remind me on there on Monday, and then I'll let you know what the outcome is. Or I'll post on my Discord and on my Facebook page regarding the barrel nut. It might just be talked on there, and simple as that, and just needs the right application force. But if you've already tried that, next thing I'd suggest is gentle application of heat. Basically, it'd be your best bet. Yeah, the link for the Discord should be down below. If that's not working, then I'll have to reply to, well, if you leave a comment after this video goes live, I just realised that's come off. Once this video goes live, like rewatchable, if you leave a comment on that, and what I'll do is I'll reply to you on there if the Discord link isn't working, okay? Hairdryer probably isn't going to do enough. You need an actual heat gun of some variety. Yeah, that is clocked correctly. Yes. No. There we go, now it is. So, I mean, one I use quite a lot is actually my shadow foam heater thing. Just because it's usually here and plugged in anyway. But a proper heat gun is what you really want. Right, let's put this back in. I hate these things, these fake bolts. Soling V5 motors over... right, so I use the Soling motors more than I do the warheads, simply because that's what people's budgets are, that most of the time. Most people's budgets, they can't swing for the warhead, but they can for a Soling. So I think they are perfectly cromulent, in my opinion. They do the job just fine. Warheads are good, don't get me wrong, but they're not needed. And even then, a lot of the time, and I'll go over this in a bit, a lot of the time people will get themselves a warhead like 45k, and then they'll put in 16:1 gears, they won't short stroke it, and then they'll wonder why they have feed issues and why their piston rack suddenly broke. And that's one of the things I'm going to go over with this. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't already take out a screw, but there's a screw missing. Okay. I'm gonna have to put a new screw in there. That's fine. I'm sure I've got some spare somewhere. Get the motor out. It is a very, very good motor, this one. But considering, again, I've said it in the video when I did the teardown of this in the first place, it's not a super fantastic motor, but it is, for the price, really, really good. Oh, you know what? I'll use this instead. Oh, that's going to be too big, that one. Phillips F 1. Or is Phillips F 1 too big for these? Too small, even. Yeah, it is too small. How about that? Is it? Why is the Phillips Head free in the Phillips? Oh, what am I like? That's the one I want, not the Phillips Head free. What's free? I need a 2. There we go. That's why it wasn't going in there. I'm mainly hungover. Saturday nights I play armor free with quite a big unit, or amalgamation of units, and my particular unit, 4-7, we do like to drink whilst commanding Rex and Coyotes. 45k at 13-1, short stroke by 4 teeth on release, no feed issues, but just ordered the Soling V5 as programmable, and I do love Soling. Yeah, the programmable aspect is good. But what I'd question is, like, why do you need a rate of fire that above like 25? 25 rounds per second is more than enough in almost all situations. I can't think of a single time where I've gone, if only I had a higher rate of fire. Genuinely can't think of a single time. In my opinion, if you want anything more than 25, really, you're out to hurt people. Because if you've got, say, something that's doing 50 rounds per second and you hold that trigger, even for a second, that's 50 rounds potentially going into someone. I've joined the Discord. The teardown you did is what sold me on this AEG, and as a beginner in the hobby. Yeah, that's fair. I appreciate that, man. That's why I wanted to get that video out for this particular AEG, because I do work with Newpro. I don't work for them. I do work with them in the sense that I give them money and they send me stuff. There you go. I've got a wholesale account with them, right? But I also do talk to them quite a lot, and especially Dan at Newpro, who's like their head tech. Really, really great guy. Really gives me all the time in the world. He's got all the time in the world for me. And what they like, a lot of people historically have sort of poo-pooed on Newpro and go, oh, they're just rubbish. And I'm like, they're not. They've made mistakes, don't get me wrong, but they're not rubbish. They are the only, as far as I'm aware, British brand airsoft manufacturer, and they are a manufacturer, despite what some people have said in the past. Some have claimed that they just rebrand other people's stuff, and it's like, no, they don't. I mean, they do what every airsoft manufacturer does, which is they pick parts, but I wouldn't call it rebranding. In fact, some of it is entirely their own manufacturer. They do have their own manufacturer. Their own warehouse? No, that's not the right word. I'm sure one of you guys know what I'm talking about, what I'm trying to say. But they do, in fact, have their own means to produce stuff. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's not produced in Britain, but they do produce their own stuff. Who needs a proper pin punch when you can just do that? Huh? And then it's this way, isn't it? I always get this wrong way around whenever I do this. Just look. Should be able to see it, actually. Yeah, it is that way. Cool. So the VMP2, yeah. No, the VMP2, it did have a rocket launch, right? But I tried to sort of talk to other creators and sort of see if they would be interested in like helping to try and fix it, etc. No one really was. The answer was pretty much always there's no money in it, which I kind of get. So checking. Okay. So yeah, that's something weird going on there. I think I just haven't clocked that right when I put it back together. That's fine. Absolutely fine. Normally I don't really care about the safety lever because it's surplus to requirement, if I'm honest. You don't need it. Yeah, VMP2 had a rocket launch, and no one was really interested in trying to fix it. So eventually, Alice sort of joined me. Well, I say join me. I joined Alice in trying to fix it, and that's where we are now, really. And then I've basically gone, hey, wouldn't it be cool if, with pretty much all of the things that Alice has designed, I've basically gone, hey, this would be a really good thing to design for it. And she's gone, yeah, sure. And then about 10 minutes later, she's found a design. And then a day later, it's on my workbench and I'm testing it. Although I don't always get to test everything because I just don't have the time. I do when I do have the time. I get loads of prototype parts sent to me. That some of them, unfortunately, I just never find the time to test. A good example of that is the... where are they? Oh, they're all behind that. So, some examples of things that I've been given to test that I haven't tested yet. I've got prototype end-pass nozzle, and piston heads, another prototype end-pass nozzle for the VMP2. This one I didn't realise I even had. I obviously received it at some point and just never got around to it. But I've got the prototypes for the... Come on, out you come. Crimson hop-up rubber. And that's that might be a stock. Is that one? Is that a stock VMP2 one? It might be. Or it's just a black version. This one, I'm not sure. Yeah, I've got the prototype of the Crimson here from Waldo. He sent them to me, and I feel really guilty about it because I just completely lost them. I didn't realise I even had them. So unfortunately, I just don't have the time sometimes to test. I mean, in a minute, I've got a bunch of things that I need to take up to the to Revolution Airsoft in order to test them at a range, and I just haven't had the time. Life unfortunately gets in the way, and because I do this part-time, I have to work around my actual day-to-day life rather than the other way around. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I have got them all. And I do want to preserve the shimming on this, if at all possible. Right. I need... Yeah, I just haven't clocked that correctly, I don't think, because it should be... Maybe? What's stopping you? I need that to be further down this way, right? No. No, I need it to be further up that way. Anyway, right, so I've got this open. I'm going to get the thing out that I wanted to get out. We're going to do a quick little chat. That one is top mid. That one is top bevel. I'm not knocking this over this time. Did that last time, I'm not doing it again. Get that out a second. Carefully remove this one. There goes there. Actually, I don't just leave that in there. Right. So first, let's fix this. Because the only thing I could do is I can only flip it 180. That ain't right. So why? So it should be going up higher, shouldn't it? It should be going up to there. When it's up to there, that's now over too far that way. Unless I put it on upside down, which is entirely possible. Let's find out. Yes, I did. I put it on upside down because I'm an idiot. Because now, when it's like that, yes, there we go. Simple mistake, and proof that everyone makes mistakes. Like, literally everyone. No one is perfect, guys. There we go. Now, it goes up further. That's what we wanted to begin with. So always double check your work. Right, so let's talk about short stroking. 1 second. What would you recommend for basic upgrades on an AEG like this for better accuracy? None. For better accuracy, none. You might maybe consider replacing the barrel with a high quality barrel with a better finish on the inside, but that is it. Keep the same hop unit, keep the same hop rubber. Don't need to do anything else. Is the new Vanguard gearbox virtually the same as the A for the Spectre did? It's a good question. I don't think it's the same as the one that Spectre did. I do think that this has come from the same manufacturer as Delta Armory, their new Goliath gearbox, I think. Pretty sure it's come from the same place. You'll find that with most AEGs, really, is that they all of the parts all come from the same places, but what will be the difference is how much the company's paid for quality, quality control, and extras. I mean, like, for example, Nubra obviously get this print on here, which costs absolutely nothing, but is probably a good example of how it differs. Right, short stroking, that's what I'm going to talk about. So, why would you want to? How to put this? If you've got a brushless motor, obviously the brushed motors, they don't have as much torque, they don't spin as fast. But what you'll find is that if you put a brushless motor into an AEG with even, like, see these gears, right? I mean, one of these gears would explode, but say you've got some steel gears, what you'll find happens is something called premature engagement, or PME. And that's a term that gets thrown around a lot. What it means is that rather than it spinning around and then the piston's here and it catches like this, what's actually happening is the piston's still falling because the motor's spinning that fast, that it catches it, say, for example, here, like on this first tooth. See if we can get you zoomed in a little bit here. So what'll happen is it'll catch on this first tooth, like here, rather than here where it should, okay? So you can't really use active braking with brushless motors either, because it's damaging to them. So instead, what you can do is this gear is going to be stopping pretty much at the same spot anyway. So you remove, like, so say for example it's there, you would remove one from the pickup tooth. If it's there, you'd remove two. And then while you're at it, you look at the cylinder, right? And in the cylinder, you've got this much volume. That's your volume in this cylinder. So for a longer barrel, you need that hole to be further back. And then on, like, the longest barrels, you'll find that there's no hole at all. So you can't really short stroke full, like, long barreled AEGs, because at the maximum there, it's basically still in there. So that's why for some gearboxes, for example, you'll find like the SR25, they've got a bigger cylinder because of the extra long barrel, so they get more volume. So with short stroking, you've removed two from pickup, right? So if we bring this along to, it's getting caught on that. Bring this out, to the drop-off point, which will be all the way back here, right? Except that we've removed two teeth, so we're going to go and return it two teeth. Oh, I don't know what I was doing there. But anyway, so the point is that it'll be dropping two teeth short. So rather than trying to do this is awkward. Rather than dropping here, it's actually going to drop there. So you've now got it dropping here, right? But you've still got all of this gap here. That's wasted. So if you then remove one off the drop-off, you're suddenly dropping here. So in this particular instance, you might do 3 plus 2. probably would still do 2+1, but it's going to be dropping around about there, which is good. That also means then that you're not getting overspin, so you're not getting premature. That's cool, you've corrected that now. But you might find another problem. You might find timing issues with feeding. So you might find that your tappet plate, and I'm just going to take the spring off a second. Pop that on there. Oop. I am making a right hash of this, aren't I? What have I done? Alright, put that on weird. Okay. So, when it comes to the tappet plate, this is another thing that a lot of people seem to miss. So your tappet plate at rest is there, right? Ideally you do want it like this, where it's pushed up against the front of the gearbox, maximum extension. But then as the time everything progresses, I'm going to take the anti-reversal latch out because that's irritating me now. Where did that spring go? There it is. So as it advances, if I can get it to actually be correctly in position, there we go, that's better. As it advances, it starts to pull back the tappet plate like this, right? And you can see this lovely curve that the delayer chip is following. And now remember, we've short stroked this, so we to the point where it's going to drop, say here, and in this case it's going to be fine with the delayer chip potentially, but what can happen is this can still be dropping and being pulled forward at the point that the piston goes forward. So in fact that might happen here. There's not enough time for it to completely seal, and so what can happen is you'll either get feeding issues or you'll get really inconsistent power. So that's where modifying the tappet plate comes in. So you'd either increase the scoop, well you pretty much would, you'd make this scoop go a little bit more gradual, like this, or like remove this bit and go sort of like this, or you just snip off the end, or snip off the end. Well, that means that that tappet plate then releases sooner, which means that you get the proper seal and you make sure that you get the BB fed into the chamber. So that's what short stroking is for. The added benefit is you do get a faster cyclic rate in some cases, depending on how you short stroke, but also you do need to then increase the spring power because you will lose power because you're losing velocity of the piston. Physics basically is the reason why you need to modify the tap plate. Buying the other thanks for all the help. No worries, Miss Stony Stone. Enjoy the rest of your day. Anyway, let's get this back together, fixed, so we can move on to another SSR4 that's come in, which is quite funny to me. That I've now got two, but we'll get onto that in a minute. Yeah, problem with this one, safety bar was the wrong way around. Totally my fault. It happens. Are you in or are you not? There you go. Now you're in. Pop that on top of that one. Make sure this is all seated correctly. Get this. Put that on there. Which of course is making it pop up. Can you not? Just stay there. Don't move. Wires are still in a good position. Oh, come on. Don't do that. Cute. That's in position. That's in. That's in. There we go. Alright, let's make sure that that's seated back. Wires are not pinched. You have the low power VMP2D, that's 300 joules, low flow gas. Is there any way to change that out to get it back to 400 plus? Yeah, just get a different nozzle or get a type ball single piece barrel if you haven't already. There are a dozen different nozzles basically for the VMP2. You want the red nozzle for 1.9 joules, I believe. Might be on my website. Go on my store and have a look. Can't quite remember if Alice has any in stock or not. Right, that piston is definitely in correct position. Cool. Why are you spinning? That's never a good thing. Last one. There we go. Let's get this zoom back out. There we go. Just a generic spring, that one. Stock spring. Span. Right, that safety should now be working if I push this forward. Yes, cool. Happy days. So the VMP2D, when it comes to, well, the VMP2 series in general, when it comes to power output, it's dictated by a couple of things. Number one, primarily gas use. Number two is the nozzle. In the nozzles are little brass restrictors and they differ in size. Number three, within the nozzle as well, the rocket valve spring can differ between the different nozzles. So you can have ones without, there's like three, I think, without restrictors, which actually have different output powers because the rocket valve spring is clipped on some of them, which is really bad because what ends up happening is the spring just comes shooting out the front. And then lastly, you've got the barrel itself, because the stock VMP2 currently, I am under the impression that it is changing, it currently comes with a two-piece barrel, which is awful. That's the only way to describe it. It is just awful. And Dan is working to change that, but he wasn't part of the original team that built and designed the VMP2. He just sort of inherited it, which is fine. So he is actively working to resolve these things. For example, the NCR version of it, I think, comes with a stainless steel barrel rather than brass, which it's still a two-piece barrel, so not the most ideal, but it is still a change. And then ideally there will be single piece out of the box, single piece barrel versions out of the box soon. Trademark. It is very much dependent on not to get political, but Trump or thin skin no longer trying to do this war in Iran thing, because that is what's messing with like the launch of the VMAR at the minute. Is the fact that the ships are having to take such a long, arduous route to get here. Oh, and petrol is also an insane price right now, in case you hadn't noticed. Yeah, that safety is working perfectly. Cool. I got a bloody Mario Kart like racing song stuck in my head. There was an Instagram reel just before I came down here that had it on there, so it's now stuck in my head, and it will be for the next foreseeable week, if not more. Hate worms. They do my nothing. Right. Sling them out. Sling plate. Let's just clip that off real quick. Where is my snip snips? There's my snip snips. Don't collect these tags, guys. Just snip them off. Once you're done with the game day, snip them off. Don't collect them. Makes Marshall's jobs a little bit more annoying. So then you have to go through like, oh, today's colour is this, tomorrow's colour is that. Well, you should do that anyway, but my point stands. It's irritating. Get rid of them. Trying to do this one-handed. Should have done this before I put the thingy in, but oh well. I hate this bit. I don't know a single person ever who's gone, oh yeah, putting a stock screw on, that's great fun. Oh, I love putting stock screws on. There we go. I think. Is that doing it? Yes. Hand tight, not super torqued on. Yeah, I am a big kid. I'm a 36-year-old man with a sense of humour of a 12-year-old. That is for sure. But. Remind me, guys, I need to find a new screw for that. Where's that nub come from? It's not come out of that, has it? No. I'm always finding random parts on my web, and where's that come from? And turns out, I don't know, just it's appeared. Yeah. Oh, you sausage. I used to have a trick with this where I'd stick this on the end of a magnet to put it in, but you can use active braking with Solink brushless. Big asterisks on that. Some Solinks, not all. There's also a matter of just because you can doesn't mean you should. Right, that is irritating me too much now. I'm doing it a different way. going to use this one instead. Use a bit from in here. PZ? No, I don't want PZ, I want Phillips head. There we go. The reason I'm going to do this, because it's got a stronger magnet in it. Or at least it should do. Here we go. In fairness, kudos to you for actually looking up the information on the motors. Most people don't. They just go, someone on Reddit told me to buy this motor, and they buy it, and then they do things like run a 12-volt DeWalt battery through it. And then wonder why it breaks. It's not rated for it, that's why. That screw. You don't actually need 4 screws in the grip. You can get away with 2. In fact, for years and years and years, manufacturers did only use 2. But lately, they have started moving towards 4. Which you could argue is a good thing. Doesn't really cost them anything. I'm talking like fractions of a penny. Right. Let's find a replacement screw for this. Might even be one in here, to be fair. Or the original one might even be in here. Or is this the same thread? It is. How about that? I'm going to use this. I did just see another one. I had another one a second ago. Is that it? Is that the one I had? I think so. One long, one short. That makes sense. Yep. Cool. Motor. And we have... Oh, red. Black's already bent in the direction for this, so... Ooh, thank you. This way. Even if I wasn't live streaming, I'd still be talking to myself. Or mumbling at least. As I do that a lot. I believe it's form of echolalia. Don't know what that is, look it up. It's a tism. It's a tism thing. Can you get on there, you slag? Thank you. Right. Let's see if these screws are long enough. Should be. Put the short one in the front. And I believe 2 mils. Longer one. Drop it in the back. And these are actually the original screws for this. I must have put the wrong ones on. I wasn't intending to sell it, to be fair, but I did. Cool. Battery. Give it a quick test. Not that battery. This does technically work on an 11.1. I wouldn't recommend it, 7 volts all you need, but... Yep, safety's working. Safe. Semi. Yeah, there we go. Going for the V5 setting, goes up to 60k, but will run at 35k with 2 on active brake stop. Potential overspin, unit rope. Yeah, fair enough. P9. I don't know, maybe I'm just a stickler for realism, right? I want my replicas to have a similar cyclic rate to the real thing. I just realised I've got my vape juice. That's irritating. So I want my replicas to be the same as the real thing, which means usually artificially slowing them down. Because, for example, an AR-15 has what, cyclic rate of like 17 rounds per second, something like that. Anyway, that's this one done. Super easy, quick warranty job. Customer dropped it off early today, and it's already done. I do have other jobs that I need to do. Why are you... Oh, yeah. But for me, warranty jobs will always come first as a priority. But that's just me. Everyone does things differently. Two or 2.5? It's 2.5, isn't it? There we go. Stock goes on. Just tuck that back in. Boom. Right, I will ask Dan about the handguard, because yeah, I'm not sure what's keeping that on that. I don't generally personally change the handguards out on my replicas. Snappy trigger on semi tends to be 99% use. I mean, yeah, so you can achieve the same thing with pre-cocking. I mean, yeah, fine. If it's ready to go quicker, I can understand. But yeah, I'd say aim for like the 25 to 30 RPS sort of region, and you'll never go wrong. You'll have that snappy trigger response, but you'll also not have feeding issues or PME and things like that. Let's get this back in the box. Now onto the SSR4. And the only reason I'm doing this one ahead of others is because basically the two customers in this case are friends, so when the one customer dropped off the Vanguard, he also dropped this one off. This isn't a new SSR4, this is a second-hand one. And I say they have the same terrible red dot. Hey ho, I'm not one to judge. Let's get that off there because it's going to irritate me. And it is a red dot, I think. Is it? Oh no, this one's actually an ACOG. Alright, fair enough. With an illuminated sight. How about that? That's not bad. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but yeah, you can kind of see it. I mean, the eye relief on these is just awful anyway. But yeah, all right. So yeah, this is yours, Jack. It's not a real one, is it? Is this? Oh, it could be actually. Yeah, no. I mean, it is a ×4, but I don't think it's a real Triticon. No, it's not. It's not a real Triticon, but it is proper ACOG. Ergo has got terrible, terrible eye relief. Use Living Michigan. Was always tempted to ask at the Tricon plant door and ask if they had any factory seconds. Yeah, I'd be tempted too. Right, so this has the exact same issue as the one that I worked on the last live stream, in that it's got a motor which overheats, like it's really, really hot. So before, actually, Jack, seeing as you're watching, what do you use an 11.1 or a 7.4? Just let me know real quick. Is this? It's not a swivel, is it? I can't remember how this one works. Oh, I'll just do it the lazy way. Use an 11.1. Cool. Not a genuine ACOP, but as close as it will get. Yeah. Yeah. Manufacturer may recommend 11.1, but just again, just because you can doesn't mean shit. But we'll go with 11.1. I want to see if I can get this motor heating up and have a listen to it. Beep, beep, beep. I hate straight triggers. I mean, at least this has got a little kick on the bottom. Spam on semi, okay. Giggity. I mean, I don't feel any heat coming in here. Doesn't feel hot to me. Ooh. I'll tell you what does feel hot. Those wires. I can feel the heat there. Alright. I'm going to try. I think I have one here somewhere. Or had one. Base plate there. Can't drop that. Let's put that away. Alright, back in 2 seconds. I'm going to hunt down a grip. Ungrip. I'm going to see. It's not going to be necessarily the final grip. We're going to see if this fixes it. So, I mean, the heat hasn't really transferred out of the grip just yet. It is starting to warm up a little bit here, mostly on the back here. And what you're describing is the same thing that my other customer just described, so I'm not too surprised. But my friend and fellow tech, SJ, on my Discord, and constant font of random knowledge, this is G&G grip, by the way, suggested swapping the grip out, because in his experience, that is the cause 90% of the time. Look at that again. So, the reason why the way you feel it on the back edge, if you look where the motor's sat, that's where it's like how it's sitting. Look. It's sitting towards that back end, which is why you can feel it on the back. Oh yeah, that's warm. That is warm. Not hot, but I wasn't going for that long. Oh, like look how stiff it is to get out of. Oh my goodness! So, Jack, because you're in the chat, I'm going to say this. They bought this second hand. I'm not going to say who they bought it off. That's not for me to say. And odds are, because they are a tech, odds are they. Oh, that is stiff as well. Odds are they didn't check beforehand, but all of this has come from the brushes, which look okay otherwise, but yeah, that is a hot motor. Let's get all that out of there. Don't think, yeah, no, I can pretty much guarantee that the tech didn't open this up to inspect, because the warranty stick is still there. And it's obviously been through the ringer a bit. Worth replacing the motor. It won't make a difference in this case, because it's not the motor that's the problem. In this case, the problem is the grid itself. So what I'm going to do, Jack, is you're not going to be charged for this, because it's an experiment as much as anything, but I'm going to stick this grip on for you, and then you can spam to your heart's delight and see how long it takes to heat up again. If it gets hot really fast, then we know the grip didn't solve it. Time is money, you're correct. Well, you could see how much time. I was only going to charge you an hour anyway. Right, you can see how long it takes me. Look what I forgot to put on other Jack's gun. I knew I'd forget to do it. I'm going to have to get that back out and put that on there. I always forget to do those. I don't do this to make money. I do this because I like to help people. I do need to make money for the company, but I don't need to make money to live. Oh, the part is profit. No, these things, I've got so many of these kicking about. Leftover bolts, profit. Yeah, fair. Can you get out of the way, wire? Thank you. The point is, Jack, is I don't like charging people. I'm terrible at actually sending invoices, and it doesn't mean I don't, but some previous customers will tell you I can do all the work, send it back to them. They're like, "Yep, yeah, happy as Larry." Send me the invoice, and then it'll be a couple of weeks, and I go, "Oh crap, I haven't sent that invoice." So let's get this off. Yeah, I make for an awful capitalist. Right, so clean finger, watch this. Let's have a look, see. Look at that. That's all from the brush. So let's try this. Have I gone on the right one? Yeah. So look how long the wires are now. Like, unnecessarily. We are both guilty of it, but that's because both Alice and myself, we have similar day jobs, although she's in a much more elevated position than I am in her company. We both work in software engineering, so we don't need the money. Money's nice, don't get me wrong, and Alice is very much enjoying the money she's making from the shop, I'm sure. She gets to buy all the shiny new things whenever she wants now, but still. Money isn't needed. Yeah, but I mean, so doing it at cost price, again, it's like you're talking, what, 20 pence worth of filament a lot of the time. The electricity, sure, but like, especially if it's resin, it's genuinely not that big of a deal to chuck it. Like, because if you've got several different parts printed on a resin printer, right, it will take the same amount of time if you just had one part. It's not like on a FDM printer, yeah, more parts, more time. But on a resin printer, it's not about how many things, it's about how many layers. So it's going to take the same amount of time regardless. Right, now Which of these is along the back? Definitely. Cool. So we're going to put the wires to the back, like as is traditional with this kind of grip. No, it's not about quality in this case. It's about QC. These are warped. They're not... The angle in which that motor sits just isn't great. Yep, sport and local is always good, and I do try to do that, which is why I usually suggest Kydex Customs, because Kydex Customs is local to me. They are literally the next valley over from me. Oh, these wires just do not want to... Yeah, so you'll see when I put this motor in a second that it sits differently. Okay, as long as it's out of the way, that's fine. Let's just get that motor in. Yeah, this is still hot. So this might not be a fair test, but like you can see, look at how that's sitting now. It's sitting towards the front, and look how much freer that is. I can actually just whoop, pull out. I put that motor in the wrong way. Nope. Oh, goodness sake, behave. There we go. Now I am going to have to hunt down some screws for this grip, the base plate. Oh, that is a giant dragonfly. Holy shit. Get out of here. Sorry, a massive dragonfly, like easily the size of my hand, just flew in and then flew out. Crane fly, maybe. I don't know. I haven't seen one of those in years. At least definitely never one of that size. So, that brake may be an issue. It may short out, but we'll find out. Hopefully it won't. A vent in the side. What, it wouldn't make a difference, because the reason it's getting hot is because the angle of the motor is such that it's actually getting more resistance than it should be. So again, that's probably why they say use an 11.1. Yeah, use an 11.1, because there's so much resistance there that it builds up all of this heat. Not just electrical resistance, like physical resistance. Right, I need 2 screws. Have I got 2 in here? I got 1, but I need 2. I need 2. Yes, I do. Just for the sake of getting this on, Jack, you can have a mix. Sorry. It'll be easier. As I say, if we want to do a better job of this, then we can, get a better grip with one that's more suited to your style. But we will cross that bridge when we get to it. The more important thing is we need to find out if SJ's infinite wisdom is still infinite wisdom, and that this does in fact source it. Need to upgrade things soon, just want it running correct. Yeah, that's what we're doing right now, is we're just going to get it running. Additional room in the motor grip, give the motor freeness to move, because more resist. No, you don't want the motor moving. If you get that, I mean, think about it like this. That motor has to stay still, like this, right? Because otherwise, it's just going to spin. Obsess over how resistance-free gears spin, then add one of those grips, which pull the motor shaft off alignment. Yeah, it does. Exactly right, Becca. It pulls it off alignment. Especially the second it starts spinning. Right, that's in there. Not sure about the motor height right now, but we'll find out. Wait, do I already have the battery out? No, I'm pretty sure I chucked it back in. Right, well, that's not what I want. Yeah, there it is. No, that's what I want. I being an idiot? Probably. Oh, yeah, I am being an idiot, right, yeah. Hashtag sponsor. Hobby King. I don't think the link is, the affiliate link works anymore, but... Beep, beep, beep. Does that sound better to anyone? It sounds better to me. Yeah, it sounds different because the motor is actually now properly aligned now. I'll probably adjust the motor height a little bit, I think. That does not want to move. Oh, God, that sounds bad. Okay, I think that's pretty much where it was, wasn't it? Maybe there? Yeah, that does sound better. Oh, hello. What's just happened? We've got a lock-up. Or the ETU just died. Oh dear. Oh, that's classic. For the ETU just died. Let's find out. So the battery's good, then the ETU just fried. Yes, it's got some charge. Yeah, battery's still viable. Oh dear, Jack. Oh dear. I haven't got any pairings in at the minute. That's what I would put in there. So if we want to put in a pairing, we can. But I don't have any here at the minute. I'll have to order you one in. They cost, because I'm going to get the next special if I can, it'll cost you about £69. Spade connectors on the motor. Could be. Let's find out. Take it. I'm not one to just go, oh no, it's broken. Order parts, replace parts. I mean, might as well, but I do want to know why. I did say there was a possibility it was going to short, but I would have expected a different issue if that was the case. Let's find out. And if it was shorting, I'd expect it to smell it. Oh, yeah, no, it looks like you were right. The spade connector came off of positive. Interesting. Speed on motor. Yeah, so the beep on a lot of VTUs, believe it or not, actually comes from the motor. It spins the motor slightly to make the sound. That's why when you put a different motor in, it sounds different. They do loosen over time, you're correct. If this works now, what I'll do is I'll give it a little squeeze to crimp it up a little bit. Let's find out. Yep, there we go. Beep, beep, beep. Let's, like I was doing, put that back to where it was. Oh, there we go. That's better. It is still getting warm. There is definitely still warmth coming through. But what you'll find is if you use a 7.4, if I've got one that has power, let's find out. Let's see if this got any juice in it. I need to charge all my batteries. Yeah, it's got a little bit. Peugeot garages are given a 5G space. So what you'll find is it'll sound worse. It'll still work. And that's the sound you can't hear on an 11.1, by the way. You hear that? It's not great. See, that's too much there. So back it off. There is probably as good as it's going to get, but you hear how zippy that is. It's still plenty fast enough. But that's the real sound of these. Not what you think you hear with the 11.1s. The 11.1 hides the real sound. Which is why, if you're a tech, you may build to an 11.1, but check with 7.4. If you're doing it for audio, run a 7.4 so you can hear just how annoying it is. That motor is still warming up, but I'm going to say try it with a 7.4 for a bit and see if it does warm up on a 7.4. Otherwise, yeah, we can certainly look at replacing the motor and putting a parent in there. I think would be the best approach. What motors have I got over here? What's that one? What's that one? I'll tell you what. Let's see if this one has to run on 11.1s, but at least I think it does. Maybe. Let's see how this one does. I think this is still good. Yeah, feels it. It really is, Becca. It really is. But let's try this motor. No, so it shouldn't ever. If you drop down to a 7.4 and find that your power's gone up, the reason that's happening is because you're getting what I mentioned earlier in the video, premature engagement. So it's not actually like it's overspinning, which is quite common if you've not got any kind of active brake. Which, as far as I know, you can't modify the active brake on these things on the SSR4. Let's try. No, okay, that's definitely got hotter. But let's try this. Like, this is also vented, look. Type of time and drag, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Positive this side. Correct, yes. Let's see if this works any better. Now, obviously, I haven't shimmed the gearbox to this motor, so forgive me for my sins, but it might be that the way that this motor is built. Oh, God, it's really hot. It's no wonder the all that carbon's there. No bloody wonder. Alright, 11.1 for this motor, I think. No, we'll just start with 7.4. Start with 7.4. Beep, beep, beep. Oh. Cable. No. I haven't actually done it with the other one yet, if I'm honest. I haven't had time. I'm going to give that spade connector a pinch. I think that's just come off. Yeah, it has. Let's give this a little pinch. Pinch, pinch, pincharoo. Actually, let's use something round so I just get the middle pinched in. So that's squished, and I'll probably have to loosen it again, but they both came off. It'll be easier if I take the motor out first, and then I can tailor it to it. Put it on backwards, why not? Yeah, so I've done it too tight. Oh, no, there we go. It's not ideal though. It's just a terrible spade connector. I really don't want to rewire it. Oh, you fool of a took. Put the metal thing near the motor. Yeah, it's like the softest spade connector I've ever had. There you go. Oh, don't you, Alex, don't you start calling me Luke. You know my name is Luca. It's Luca. It goes in the square hole. What is it? PM, drag. Also, I'm surprised you're watching, Alex. I'm sure you're supposed to be doing something important. And have you spoke to your brother recently, Paul Bassett? He doesn't seem to be doing well with himself, does he? Christoph cut corners to make a profit, turn a profit. Yeah. Yes, and there's a balance, really. I don't know the ins and outs of Novrich's company and business model, so I'm not really going to try and pass comment. There's always compromises that have to be made, unfortunately. It's just where you choose to make them. I don't think that's going to get any better. Let's try this again. Updating website to speak. What can I say? And I'm not seeing the post. I've seen the post. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, I mean we both knew it was coming though. It's unfortunate, but I keep telling people there's no money in this industry. No money at all. Of course, I'm just a terrible capitalist, but you know, there we go. And by terrible capitalist, I mean I'm terrible at making money, not that I'm a capitalist and therefore terrible. Get on there, you slag. I hate spade connectors so much. I never want to go where I'm blooming supposed to. Okay, let's try just lifting it up slightly. Lift it out slightly. There we go. That's on there. Now I need to... I should have done... dumbass. Should have done the black first. Yeah, there's money if it's done right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I told you exactly how, if I had the time and inclination, I would do things to make money, but I don't have either the time nor the inclination to bother, so I don't. And instead, I give you those ideas, Alex. Community focus is a better way. Go into Airsoft to make money, and it will show you. Absolutely. And if you enjoy Airsoft, don't work in it. Honestly, Luke, Negative Airsoft, had it right when he said that. Don't. If you enjoy love Airsoft, don't start working in it. I can't even remember the last time I actually played. I know when I'm next playing. It's next weekend. The Battle Sim with Alex. Blasters UK. If you're not aware of Blasters UK, go look them up. I'm not going to advertise for them, though I will say that they are legitimate, and the guy who runs it is a douche. No, he's alright. I like him, and I don't like many people. Oh, right, I see what's going on there. Focus on the community, and yes, I haven't played in so long, but I'm excited to play. Yeah, can you remind me, are you Op 4 or Blue 4? We are good human. Well, I wouldn't call us human beings, I'd call us, well, creatures. Yeah, Saturday, not Sunday. Yeah, that's fair. It'll be the first time playing in God knows how long, but I figure I've earned a battle sim of some kind, right? Even if it is battle sim light. Easy first weekend. Wow, okay, yeah, I think I've played more recently than that, but not hugely. I mean, the last time I was up at Revs, I was trying to fix the rentals. I think I got 5 done. And I wanted to go up Revs this weekend, but then me and my wife have had such a busy few weekends that I wanted to spend time with her instead, so... Good, I'm glad it will still stand, because I do want to go further afield. It's just I need plenty of knowledge, which most people can't provide. I don't, unfortunately, have the luck just deciding on a whim. Because of you guys, funny enough, with the height. I mean, that sounds pretty good to me. What do you think, guys? And that's on a 7.4, remember? It's not an 11.1, that's a 7.4. Try it on an 11.1. Bet it'll get hot. Because I don't think they actually have any proper current protection in the ETU, if I'm honest. Yeah, Airsoft Cymru have... Yeah, they have made life difficult for everyone in South Wales. Unfortunately. I won't go into details as to why, guys. Don't ask. You can ask Alex, he might tell you. Jesus. That's got an RPS boost, hasn't it? Yeah, see, I can smell the brushes going on that. I think that's the ETU is the other cause of the issues. Because that's warmed up a little bit, and I can smell it. I can smell the brushes. So, solution, place the ECU, which means I've got to order in a pairing, because I don't have one here at the minute, which is fine. And if you're happy with that, Jack, I'll send you the full details, mate, don't worry. But yeah, it's not done yet. Alex, it's I would not call this done. I'm not happy with it. It sounds better, yeah, but yeah, half the words you would use would get bleeped out. But yeah, I'm going to order in a pairing, stick the pairing in this, and then go from there. I'm going to try and keep it minimal cost because I've already said to you, Jack, not worth the effort in my opinion. I think you'd be better off just getting yourself a Vanguard and doing the exact same treatment, and it will cost you less. That's my opinion. Right, that's on the exact same spot that you had it. Good choice on the rail grips. Quite like that. Quite like that, definitely. There we go. Right. What time is it? 3:30. Let's have a look at something else. It's still got time. Put your gun away. What have we got next? I don't know. Should be an easy one. And a more interesting one than an AEG. That's a bit more interesting than an AEG, isn't it? Paint job done by West Laser. It's seen better days, this paint job. It's certainly starting to show its age. But this, guys, is the Take a Marie AKM. It's all about 15, all positive feedback. Yeah, absolutely they are. They are brilliant. Love my Vanguard, very impressed with what you get. Yeah. You find them too small? They come in different sizes, mate. That's just the smallest one. They go up to like 13-inch handguard. So, no, this isn't my... I mean, it's. I'll tell you what, actually. I could reach out to the customer and ask him, can I borrow it? Although I've only got the one mag with it, so... maybe I'll ask him if I could just use it for thematic reasons. Anyway, so this had a stuck trigger group. I fixed the stuck trigger group, but yeah, Jack, I'll send you full details, and you can get it off me. Then you'll have the same lifetime warranty. Anyway, it had a stuck trigger group. I fixed that. The reason it was stuck was, oh, goodness sake, take it off safe. The reason it was stuck was because there was a broken BB inside the trigger group. So I just want to get that trigger group out and see if there's any other debris in there. When am I doing MP9? Oh, the Mariana. After this one, I suppose. If I got a second-hand Vanguard, I would be swapping cylinder for a 14.5. Excellent. Fair enough. Right, now I got to remember how to get the trigger group out of an AKM. This should be fun. How do you do this again? If it's something like that, then you... There we go. That's how you get that out. So, I'll do that again just so you guys can see. So you know what I did. Oh, for crying out loud, what have I done now? I think I'll put it in like this, don't you? No, put it in. So I'm doing all of this from memory, and I don't work on these very often, so bear with. What's that? It's probably up that way. There. Then I need to push that down, question mark, or have that up. I'm going to push that forward. Yeah, there we go. Right, so I did it on. I worked on all of his MTWs, I believe. I did his. Yeah, because there was two of them I worked on for him. Both got the same treatment. Anyway, so to get the trigger group out, first step, you need to the words. Take it off safe. Put the hammer down. Drop the hammer. Push down the sear, and then you can lift up and pull out the selector. You haven't used it on Saturday. I don't know what I'm going to use Saturday. You know what I'd love to use? I'd love to use my PDRC, but it's not ready. I haven't had the time. If I get time in the week, I'll fix it and do that. Otherwise, I'll be using my MTW probably. The other one I'd love to use my P90, but again, I haven't found time to do it myself. So now I have 2 body pins to push out, which I need bench block and punch. See if I can do it without a hammer. 1, 2. There we go. 1 pin. Do I need to put the hammer down for this? Can't remember. I think I do. And to put the hammer down, I need this to be forward. That to be forward. I can't remember now. Come on, Luca, use your brain. Like that. When it's off safe, it's pushing that way, isn't it? Push this all the way back in. Put this in, just so I can cock it again. Come on, lift up. Can I do it by pushing on that instead? Yeah, I can. So what are you pushing in? Oh, you're pushing that bar down, right. Got it. Figured it out, guys. Don't worry. I got it. Ooh. There we go. That's what I wanted. Now, pull that up. Then I should be able to just lift it out. Or is this screw? Is it that screw? Oh, don't do things from memory, guys. So is Gaz okay these days, Alex? Do you know? Because obviously, there we go. I don't really speak to people. And I know he wasn't particularly well. Let's put that one side. This is purely an inspection, just to make sure there's no extra debris in there floating around. It doesn't look like there is, so we should be good to just pop it back in. Yeah, it's plenty greased, so I'm not worried about that. Cool. Nice, quick and easy job, that one. And a good example of why you should use quality BBs and not cheap ones. Because you're more likely, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen on the more expensive ammo, but you are more likely to have ammo break and then get in your trigger group if it's cheap ammo than you are if you're using the more premium ammo. Oh, you're gonna be a douche, aren't you? Put that on there. Why are you being stubborn? actually going to have to hammer this, I think. Bit of gentle persuasion. Then pop that hammer back down. There we go. Then pop the hammer back up in order to get the selector back in. Push that down there. Drop the hammer down. A quick inspection of this. Yeah, it could do with a bit of grease. It's a little bit dirty. It's all good. Get the little yellow BBs, you know, the 0.12 grams. That's the ticket, right? Those are good guys, right? Yeah, the free one. Oh no! I know which LA5 you're talking about. I will be doing a video on that eventually, I swear to Christ. But again, it's finding the time. Because my next priority when I find a bit of freedom from custom work is to do my BDRC and get that running. I mean, that thing was just going to be sitting in cupboard gathering dust anyway, so I know you're not too worried about it. You know what's a real crime about it though, is you get something like the Asahi M60, right? That's worth, God, like 4 grand, right? Easily. But then the thing that you've loaned me for a video, 500. Your particular one, by the way, is worth 500 because it's still got the sticker on the stock and the original box, which makes it worth about 500. But yeah, I like to look these things up, but finding information on it is near impossible. I bet you didn't expect it to be worth even 500, right? Mako, cool. Yeah, thanks for joining. I know why more don't do this. Not everyone's really comfortable being on camera if you're a tech. Some genuinely aren't, but I personally am comfortable being on camera. They're responding to me because I am talking at the same time to you guys. Basically, I just told them that yeah, exactly. You pay 200 quid for the replica in 1999, imported from Japan. And yeah, it's worth 500. It's worth more now. It's still, for considering the age of it, it comes from before AEGs and that. It's worth less than I would expect, given the condition. So obviously this isn't that gun. This is Tokimori AKM, but just needed a bit of TLC, which it's now received. Oh, come on. Get in the slot. There we go. Quick function check. This is a demonstration of why I don't actually like the TMs, right? So, speed of this now, that's pretty reasonable. Second that you've got any kind of elevation, it slows right down. Didn't wrench the cock and lever. Yeah, it's a real shame that the cock and lever's gone on it. I'll see what I can do. I might be able to fashion something up for you. PM when finished updating the website. Yeah, no worries. I'm happy to go and give you a bit of a critique. Right, let's get the. Where is it? Is it that in or out? Because there is a dry fire mode on this, if memory serves. It's like out. Yeah, there we go. Because then, yeah, pull that out. That's what I need to do. Is there any gas in this is the next question. Let's put some in to be sure. It's not, yeah, it is bottom fill. Yep, plenty of gas already in there. Good. Let's give it a quick function test then. Oh, time, and I wasn't supposed to be. I was supposed to be on 5G. Whoops, my bad. So sorry if the stream wasn't particularly great until then. The signal down here is a bit Ooh, I can AK, honest. Anyway, that's that done. So we move on to another one. Where is the other one is the next question. Am I being blind? I am being blind, aren't I? Where is it? I gotta go hunt down a gun. 2 seconds. Oh, I know where it is. I put it in the case. Right. There we go. Next one. Where are you, Hammer? MP9. Needs basically original parts put back in because I tried to do a thing, didn't really work out. So now can you right. Oh, squeaky. Hate it. That barrel's got to come out. The barrel's too long for what the customer wanted, which is fine. Misunderstanding on my part. Okay, just want to get this off here, or at least not as tight. So now I need to figure out which barrel to use based on the length. Actually, no, I can leave this off. I don't need that for now. Brain isn't braining. So it's been a little bit since I worked on this one, so I can't quite remember how it all goes together, but I think we need 2.5. Get this bottom rail off. And then how do I need to take this off as well. Yes. Yeah, so the bottom rail acts as a sort of retention thing as well. Cool, right, that's off. Now the more annoying part, take this out. This is an AirTech one, by the way. AirTech adapter. Try and remember how you get this off now. I'm pretty sure you have to push this all the way in to leave this off. Get that out. It's got a broken up a receiver anyway. That'll do. whatever gets you out. And then we can pull that off. There we go. Right, and then we can pull that out. It's not the way you're supposed to do it, but this is all sorts of messed up anyway. Right, so you can see there, look. Just, yes, I know, Tom, I know. It feels weird calling you about that, but is there much difference between the MP9 and VMP1 internally? Yes. So, it depends. This, the Murayama MP9, completely different from the VMP1. Not even remotely the same. The MP9 from KWA and the VMP1, identical. I need to get this out. There we go. Pull that out. Don't lose the spring. There we go. Put this to one side. Brain, because I need to get that out. And this side. And if memory serves, there was some funkiness to do with this. Come on, how did this work again? It needs to come out this way, which means that I need to remove this clip in order to do that. Right. So we need to find another barrel. Definitely not that one. That's definitely that's an AG barrel. That's an AG barrel. That's gas blowback. This is a gas blowback. There's 2, 3 boxes. Okay. 3 barrels. Different lengths. Got 210, 250, and a 200. I don't know, can't remember which this is. We'll find out. Philip said. Screwdriver. There you are. Can I pull this off this way? Yes, I can. Let's do that first. And then, if memory serves, is it just the pin or is it the screw? Pin or the screw? Pin or the screw? I feel like it was the pin. Yes, it is. That's this way. There we go. Teeny tiny pin. Then you can pull this out. Then single screw. It is TDC, but I'm going to call it TDC because it's not actually. VMP2 is TDC. This is TDC with extra steps. You'll see why. So you see it's got a lever, little arm. Zoom in a little bit. Yeah, you can see there's an arm. So it is TDC, sort of, but no, that's not TDC really. That's just that's a lever. That's a lever arm. It's not TDC. So this is Maple Leaf Crazy Jet. We're just going to do quick size comparisons. So this one, I think, might be just a smidge too short. 210. No, I think 210 might be okay. Let's try the 250 in comparison. Yeah, 250 is too long, so I think we're going to have to go 210. fine. Pop that in there for use in another gun. Yeah, it's too. Yeah, there we go. And then put that to one side as well. Right. Quick way, yeah. That goes in there, that goes in there. Oop. Hopefully this is the correct length. We'll soon find out. Pin. See, this pin is just loose, loosey-goosey. It should be loose. Why are you now loose? Probably because there's almost zero knurling left on it. Yeah, that's a bit better. Put a bit of tension on it. There we go. That's now nice and flush. Upgraded hop for VMP1 from Dan at all. No, he's being annoyingly vague with it. Basically saying it's coming. That's all the answer we really get is it's coming at some point. Good enough for you? Think that's good enough, don't you think, Tom? Put that on the right orientation. Literally just poking out the end there. Look. So you should be able to put your tracer on it. Cool, that's that bit done. Now for the bit that I really don't enjoy. You'll see why I don't like this bit. Yeah, Alice does have her own prototype on offer. She's been trying out with the resin outer barrel. It uses AEG hot rubbers rather than gas blowback like some other solutions have tried. The reason being is that the System 7 nozzle is closest to the AEG hot rubber than it is gas blowback. Right, this was and is an absolute royal pain, I remember, because it's come on. There we go. Now I've got to be careful here because that teeny tiny spring here, but I need to remove that in order to get access to the rocket valve. Tiniest screw, and I've learned my lesson from last time. I am not letting that thing ping off. So it did ping off on me before. I was fortunately able to find it. Okay, it is in there still. That's where it's going to stay. Right. Next pin in the posterior moment. Thumb in there. Pull this out. Or not. Because of course I've put it in the wrong way. Did I? Oh, I think it's just being stubborn. There we go. Because it's not nailed. Then I need to pull this out. Cool. In the original. So this is a modified Crimson. Modified to somewhat match this one, but it didn't really work out. Basically, the mouth on this needs to be widened down here. It's one of the modifications that you need to make in order to get the Crimson to work in the Mirror armor. I did not do that because I didn't know about that, but it does need to be slightly wider mouthed. And then you also need to remove the nibs at the back, but you do need to keep one side, otherwise you won't be able to adjust it. It's actually more of a pain, nozzle-wise, than what the VMP2 is, in my opinion. Where's the... there it is. It goes that way, doesn't it? Just rotate that around. To there. Perfetto. And then, do I need to be pushing that down in order to... yes. Then we push that down. Find the pin. And put the pin in. There we go. It's in there. Right. Now for the part that I really don't enjoy. First, let's try and get this onto here. Don't do that. Okay. Success. I hate that. It's so nerve-wracking. So nerve-wracking. That's working. Good. Make sure it's in properly on both sides. Yep. Grab the screw. Let's try putting some of my tools away, shall we? Frame. Yeah, they are listed. They are, well, I call it the spite barrel because I asked her to do it out of spite of what the offerings out there were. But I can't remember what I think she just calls it replacement barrel. Boring. Right. Yeah, I like doing these live streams as well because it's kind of like body doubling. If you don't know what body doubling is, look it up. It's an ADHD thing, really. It's like an accountability type deal. So this is kind of like body doubling for me, which is good. So I think I've achieved more in this live stream than I have in a good while. What am I doing wrong? There we go. That's what I'm doing wrong. No, I'm not. Yes, no, maybe. There. Right. That's in. Pop that in. Make sure it's the correct orientation. Oh, no, pull that out. Then pop that in, pull that forward. Then this is the trick I've learned with putting this back on. Try and keep it in frame. I'll zoom out a little bit. I put this in before I put the spring in, and then I just slot the spring in. Et voila. Actually easier. This does not like to play ball, ever. You gotta play nice. So someone broke this in the past, so it doesn't quite go on properly. Correctly even. Yeah. I need to pop this at least partially out, and then I found the only way to get it to pop out fully is to rack it. But that's on there. I was confused for a second then. So it's a bit further, but hopefully that'll be okay. It's a bit further than I expected. But the only other option is I get in a 290, not a 290, a 190 maybe. But that should be okay, I think. Let me check. I think I've got a tracer here somewhere. Nope, that's not tracers. You happy with that? Cool. I don't know what I've done with my tracer, you know. I've got a tracer somewhere. I just don't play night games, so I've got no reason to have one, really. I'll tell you. Anyway, if you're happy with that, then that's fine. As long as no baffle stroke. Well, I mean, it was striking the inside of here, wasn't it? So it shouldn't strike that anymore. Because, well, it's not. It's now past that point, so. Why are you not going on the correct orientation? Have I managed to mess that up? I have, haven't I? Because that's now at the top. I've got it in upside down. Do you want the rail on the top or the bottom, mate? If you want the rail on the bottom, I've got to take it apart again. Top or bottom, decide now or forever hold your peace. Ugh. Are you sure? If you want to sort it, then that's fine by me. I'm happy to hand it back over to you. I will put it... I'll just leave it like this for you. Fair enough. Comment here and banter on another Discord at the same time. Okay. I don't know what that's about. I am officially at the point of too hot to continue, I think. There we go. We got a lot done today, didn't we? I mean, we can all be happy with that. Oh, Tom as well, your magwell, you can't have this on there if you're using this. You can if you're using gas mags though. Because with that on there, it just doesn't go up high enough, so. When are you, tell you what, we'll talk on WhatsApp, but, and sort Dave for you to come and pick it up. In the meantime, guys, that's it for this video, for this live stream. Hope you've enjoyed it. Might make it a more regular thing, but it is dependent on whether or not I'm playing, really. If I'm playing on a Sunday, for example, then I'm not going to be live streaming, am I? I could toy with the idea of live streaming an actual game, but that's way more involved. There's a lot more I'd need to do for that. And I just don't have the money to do that. Doing it from here, though, definitely possible. More than possible. In fact, we do it. So I hope you've enjoyed the live stream. I'm just going to put some of these tools away. I'm missing a bit there. Where was that? I don't know where I put that, actually. Got that one. That needs to get back in there. If you've got any work that you need doing, guys, feel free to get in touch, though I do have a bit of a backlog and things a bit here, there and everywhere when it comes to order of operation and what order things get done, because it's dependent on a lot of factors. Anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Catch you on the next one.